It's just past midnight, and you feel it. That small, deliberate weight landing on the bed. 4 soft feet walking up the blanket, pausing, circling, and then settling, right against you. And somewhere in the back of your mind, there's a quiet little question. Why here? You bought her the heated bed. You made the window perch. You have a whole basket of blankets she has never once touched. And she chose you. My friends, that choice is not random. Not even a little. Here's what almost nobody realizes. The exact spot your cat picks on your bed, your feet, your legs, the pillow beside your head, or right on the center of your chest, is not a preference. It's a message. It tells you how safe she feels, how much of her guard she's willing to drop, and how she has filed you in her mind. And the best part is that it costs you nothing to read it. You just have to know what you're looking at. Now, let me guess what you're thinking. Come on, Dr. Lucas. My cat just wants to be warm. And you're partly right. Warmth is real, and I'll show you exactly how real in a moment. But warmth alone doesn't explain the position she picks, because every one of those spots is warm. What changes from spot to spot is how exposed she's willing to be. Sleep is the most vulnerable thing a small predator ever does, and where she does it is a decision her nervous system makes about you. Hi everyone, I'm Dr. Lucas Aoki, your neighborhood cat vet, and welcome back to the channel. In my exam room, I ask one question that surprises almost every cat parent who sits down in front of me. Not, what does she eat? Not, how's the litter box? I ask, where does she sleep at night, and has that changed? Because cats hide illness. They are prey animals as much as they are hunters, and hiding weakness is wired deep. Sleep location is one of the very first things to shift when something is wrong, and it shifts long before most owners notice anything else. And please, before we go one step further, if your cat sleeps at the far end of the bed, or on the floor, or in the closet, do not take that personally, and do not feel guilty. You did nothing wrong. Some of the most bonded cats I know are simply hot sleepers, or light sleepers, or came from a rough start and hold on to a little distance forever. Closeness is one dialect of trust. It is not the only one. So here's what we're doing in the next few minutes. I'm going to walk you through every sleeping position, one by one, and tell you what each one actually means. Then I'll show you the 4 changes in her sleeping habits that are medical, not emotional, the ones I need you to catch. And at the end, I'll give you a simple rule for making the bed work for both of you. If you haven't seen my video on the cat behaviors we all read backwards, watch that one right after this. It pairs perfectly with this. Let's start with the foundation, because it makes everything else make sense. Your cat runs hotter than you do. Her normal body temperature sits around 101.5 degrees Fahrenheit, about 38.5 Celsius, a couple of degrees above yours. And her comfort zone for resting surfaces is far warmer than ours. She is genuinely happiest napping on something around 86 degrees Fahrenheit or above, 30 degrees Celsius. That is bathwater warm, which means when you lie down under a blanket, you become the single best heat source in the house, and you don't have a cord or a timer or an off switch. Layer one more thing on top of that. Your bed is soaked in your scent. When she rubs her cheeks along the corner of the duvet, she's depositing scent from glands in her face. That's called bunting, and it's how cats build a shared group smell. She's not decorating. She's mixing herself into you. And here's the part that matters. A cat does not scent mark and then fall asleep in a place she feels uncertain about. The marking and the sleeping are the same statement. Now the positions. At your feet. This is the most common spot in the world, and it is quietly one of the healthiest. Down at the foot of the bed, she has an exit. She can slide off in half a second in any direction. She can see the doorway, and she's still touching your territory the whole night. That's a cat saying, I trust you, and I'm still me. I see this constantly in confident, independent cats, and in newer cats who are still building. If your cat sleeps at your feet, she isn't holding back. She's found the version of closeness that lets her stay comfortable. Many cats never move from this spot their entire lives and are deeply bonded. Against your legs, one step closer. Your thighs and calves are big muscle groups, and big muscle throws off real heat, so this is a genuinely luxurious spot, temperature-wise. But notice what she's given up. Tucked into the curve of your legs, she's boxed in a little. She can't launch instantly. Choosing warmth over escape speed is a small, real vote of confidence. Now this next one is where people get it wrong. On the pillow, beside your head. Cat parents love to think this one is about affection, and it partly is. But the deeper reason is your breath. Your face is the warmest, most humid, most scent-rich part of you, and it's also where all your information comes from. Up there, she can hear your breathing slow, feel your chest rise, and monitor you all night without lifting her head. That's not clinginess. That's a cat who has decided you are worth keeping track of. It's also, I'll be honest, the spot most likely to end with a tail across your mouth at 4 a.m. If that's you, put a small folded blanket at the head of the bed, an arm's length from your pillow. Warm, scented, close. Most cats take the trade. And then there's the chest. This is the top of the mountain. On your chest, she's directly over your heartbeat and your ribs rising and falling. She's fully off the ground, and she has almost no escape route at all. Your body is on one side and open air on the other. She's chosen the most exposed sleeping arrangement available to her, on top of a predator many times her size. In shelter medicine, cats who settle onto a person's chest are the ones staff flag as adapting fastest, and it's for exactly this reason. That posture is a nervous system that has stopped scanning for threats. If your cat sleeps on your chest, she doesn't just like you. She has stopped keeping watch. And a small one people never mention, back pressed against you, facing away. That's not rejection. That is textbook cat group sleeping. She's covering the direction you can't see while you cover hers. Kittens sleep in a heap for warmth and safety, and adult cats who live together often sleep spine to spine. Facing away from you is her taking a shift. Now this next part I really need you to hear, because it's the part that's actually medicine. Sleeping habits are one of my best early warning systems, and there are 4 changes that mean something. The first is a cat who suddenly stops sleeping with you and starts sleeping alone, low and hidden. Under the bed, behind the couch, at the back of a closet. A cat in pain or feeling unwell withdraws and gets small. If your social sleeper goes solitary and stays that way for more than a day or 2, that is not a mood. That is a symptom, and it deserves an exam. The second is heat-seeking that turns extreme. A cat who has started pressing herself against radiators, vents, or laptop fans and won't leave them, particularly an older cat, is often a cat who is struggling to hold her body temperature, and that shows up in chronic kidney disease, in cats losing condition, and in cats in pain. Which brings me to something I need to be very clear about. If you use a heat source for her, use a purpose-made low-wattage pet heating pad and give her room to move off it. Never a human heating pad on a medium or high setting, and never one she can't escape. Cats will lie on something too hot and stay there, and I have treated the burns that come from it. That one is on the equipment, not on the owner. The third one is the one that must never wait until morning. If you look over at a sleeping or resting cat and see her breathing with her mouth open, or see her sides heaving, or her breathing fast and labored while she is at rest, that is an emergency. Cats almost never pant. Open-mouth breathing in a resting cat is a heart or lung crisis, and the correct response is the emergency vet tonight, not tomorrow. There is no home step for that one, and the fourth is a nighttime pattern, so it's yours to catch. A cat, and especially a male cat, who is up and down all night, in and out of the litter box, restless, unable to settle, crying, producing little or nothing. That is a urinary blockage until proven otherwise, and it can kill in under a day. Emergency vet, immediately. If you notice one thing from this entire video, notice that one. Everything else here is good news. Is it safe to sleep with your cat? For the overwhelming majority of people, yes, and it's lovely for both of you. The honest exceptions are few. If you have cat allergies or asthma, a cat in the bedroom will make that harder, and that's a conversation for your own doctor. Never let a cat sleep in a crib or a bassinet with an infant. And if you're pregnant or your immune system is compromised, keep hand washing sensible and let someone else handle the litter box. But there are 2 things in bedrooms that I will fight about, because they're the ones I see hurt cats. Essential oil diffusers. Do not run one in a room your cat sleeps in. Not lavender, not eucalyptus, not tea tree, not citrus. Cats lack the liver pathway to clear those compounds, and the exposure is continuous for 8 hours while she sleeps beside it. And lilies. A vase of lilies on a nightstand is a lethal object in a house with a cat. The pollen alone, groomed off her fur, causes fatal kidney failure. Not risky. Fatal. Move it out of the house tonight. So here's my simple rule, and it takes 10 seconds. Every night, before you turn out the light, run 3 quick checks. Position. Where did she settle, and is it her normal? Breathing. Watch her sides for 5 seconds and make sure it's quiet and closed mouth. Warmth. Is the heat source she's chosen one she can walk away from? Position, breathing, warmth. That's it. And if all 3 are normal, close your eyes and enjoy her. Because here's the truth, my friends. That small, warm weight against your legs is a wild animal's nervous system deciding that beside you is the safest place in the world. She has options. She picked you. By spending these few minutes learning to read her, you're proving exactly why she was right. If this helped, hit that like button. It tells the algorithm to show this gentle, safe cat advice to more worried cat parents who need it. Subscribe so you never miss our deep dives into your cat's health. And tell me below, is your cat a feet sleeper or a chest sleeper? I want to see which one wins in the comments. Give your sweet cat a slow, loving blink from Dr. Lucas tonight. Stay gentle, trust your instincts, and I'll see you in the very next video.